Indeed, we are entering a formerly secret submarine base from the times of the Cold War. James Bond would have liked it. Welcome to this edition of In Bed with Luxury, and welcome to the new must-see country on the Real Travelers list, Montenegro, the land of the Black Mountains, once part of Yugoslavia. And by the way, Ian Fleming's Casino Royale is set in Montenegro, though no filming took place here. Instead, one of the most renowned luxury hotel brands, One and Only, opened its first European resort here in May 21 in the most beautiful fjord in the Adriatic, the Bay of Kotor. The luxury hotel is called One and Only Portonovi, and we will check in a second. But for now, let's listen to this magic sound.
Se noći lude zapali u nama vatre, čudit će se moje vale, kako za nas nosi ljude. Srce jednom mora planut, za sav život, za sve dane, mora nekad posle tuge vjetar nosit naše lađe.
Lord Byron, the famous Lord Byron, once called this coast the most beautiful encounter between land and sea. Now, Montenegro has really made it on to the luxury travel map. The tiny Balkan country with dramatic mountain ranges, the biggest gorge in Europe, has grown a reputation as a super yacht stop-off thanks to a number of glitzy marina developments like Porto Montenegro and Lustica Bay. Portonovi was the latest of these yacht harbors, and the One and Only resort is part of it. It claims to be the only real 5-star resort in Montenegro. Aman, the ultra-luxury hotel brand, had opened its fabulous Aman Sveti Stefan in Montenegro in 2011, but it is closed now for legal reasons. Since then, the luxurious Regent Porto Montenegro and the chatty Lustica Bay have followed, and the extraordinary Mamula Island Hotel set in a 19th century fort in the middle of Boka Bay. We are on our way now from the airport in Montenegro's capital, Podgorica, to the hotel. A very scenic drive, by the way. But enough talking. Join us on our expedition to the One and Only Portonovi. We show you rooms standard to the presidential villa, the restaurant, the Chenot Spa, the pools, even the general managers. So enjoy. Yours, Charles Pennington. Oh, and please give us a like, share, subscribe, and comment. We are approaching the first one and only resort in Europe, and it's a thrilling moment, but let's look a little bit behind the curtains. To build this village, including the hotel and the yacht marina, it took 1,000 workers and an investment of €1 billion. 1 billion, yes. Where did the money come from? Well, the builder was Asmont Investments, whose parent company is Azerbaijan Global Investments Company. One and Only is just managing the resort, the luxury hotel brand running 14 properties, among them the famous Ocean Club in the Bahamas, where Daniel Craig drove an Aston Martin in Casino Royale, was originally founded by South African business magnate Solomon Kurtzner. And it is now owned by the Investment Corporation of Dubai.
Very good afternoon, everyone. My name is Andreas Borjas. I'm the General Manager of One and Only Portonovi in Montenegro. We are here to talk a little bit about the resort itself, but obviously also about Montenegro as a wonderful destination. My first experience with Montenegro was over 20 years ago when I came as a tourist and visited the region of Budva and also the region around Boka Bay. And I remember distinctively at the time that I was fascinated by the country, by the culture, by the people, for all the right reasons. The country has been through such an amazing history in the sense that it was influenced by so many cultures: the Ottoman Empire, the Venetian Empire, the Austrian, Hungarian Empire, and then obviously it was part of Yugoslavia for many, many years until it gained its independence in the early 2000s. So it is immensely diverse when you come to explore and when you come to take a look at the history. On top of that, especially the region around Boka Bay, but also the coast itself is truly spectacular. Now, One and Only Portonovi opened its doors here in 2021. So we are part of the Portonovi development, and we are at the moment the only true ultra-luxury resort in the region. The portfolio of One and Only worldwide encompasses about 13 resorts at the moment. Most recently we opened 2 resorts in Greece, one on Kotor Beach near Athens, One and Only Estesis, and earlier this summer we included One and Only Kea Island into our portfolio as well. Portonovi was the original and the first destination in Europe, so we take great pride in that, but at the same time we are immensely excited that we now have 2 sister properties and that we can expand the One and Only brand within Europe as well. The first thing that you will see when you come into the lobby is a beautiful view of Boka Bay, but above you there's a sparkling chandelier which is made of Turkish glass. If you then go to the spa, you will see the Venetian approach in some of the architectural elements. Our turn-down gifts embrace little pieces of art that are crafted by local artisans.
Hi, my name is Marco and I'm a licensed tour guide for Montenegro. We are in Kotor, in the old town of Kotor now.
The one thing, obviously, that is never to miss during a holiday are the restaurants, is the culinary offering that you will find, and I assure you that you will have a wonderful choice when you come to visit us here in Only Portonovi. I'm going to start off with our main restaurant, La Veranda. So La Veranda is a place that really embraces the Montenegrin cuisine with a clear focus on steaks and meats. But please do not shy away to visit the restaurant as well if you're a little bit more on the vegan or vegetarian side, because I guarantee you will find a beautiful choice there as well.
How many dishes do you make at the same time?
Right now, 5.
During the day, in particular for lunch, Sabia is an extremely popular venue. Sabia is our Italian Mediterranean restaurant located just next to the pool of Sabia and the main beach. Hence, of course, for those who prefer a light lunch while they're enjoying the facilities on the beach, it is a wonderful choice. In the evening, it tends to get a little bit more formal, and people consciously dress up to visit the venue and enjoy a classic Italian or Mediterranean meal.
Beverage team leader here. This is what we have is in wine cellar. The best one is Chateau Petrus from 2006 from Pomerol Gordo, 100% Merlot.
How much is this bottle if I order
This
it?
is 8,000 euros.
8,000 euros.
We have
How many bottles do you have here? Varieties do you have here?
varieties,
Different.
more than 240 labels.
Wow, in the all restaurants.
This restaurant.
In this
the resort,
restaurant?
even
Oh,
more,
okay.
In the resort.
Okay.
In this restaurant, I believe is more than 240 labels.
Yeah.
It's everything here is divided in regions. So we have Balkan region here. We have Bordeaux, Burgundy, all the France. It's in here. Spain, it's here, right next to you. We have Italy. We have Prosecco and sparkling here, and behind you we have white wines that we keep in the fridge. But this is what we refill once we use this from the fridge.
What would be your favorite local wine?
Local wine will have to be Siehlocha Vranac from 2006. This is Vranac is domestic kind of indigenous type of grape.
Grape, yeah.
Which is amazing if it's aged for at least 5-6 years. If it's aged and rested in the bottle 5-6 years, I wouldn't recommend drinking younger wine than that because it's with very strong tannins. If it's young, it will bite you. And especially without food, you cannot drink that wine. With the food, it goes very well. Without food, only if it's aged for a very long time.
Okay. And among the wineries here, the biggest one is Plantage, right?
Plantage is the biggest.
They have a whole variety of wines from cheap to expensive.
Yeah.
Which one would you recommend from the biggest
Also,
winery?
I have to say, for Plantage is the biggest vineyard by acres in Europe, in whole Europe. And it's the biggest, obviously, in Montenegro. They produce variety of wines, from table wines to very expensive wines. They have a special edition of old cellar wines that we have here, made from different grapes. You have blend of Merlot and Petit Verdot. You have one made of 100% Vranac. So they have different varieties, usually aged anywhere from 10 years and older. These are.
Last but not least, we are proud to also have Tapasake here at One and Only Portonovi. To some of you, Tapasake might ring a bell already. Tapasake is a concept that we have rolled out in a number of One and Only properties worldwide. As the name might give away, it's a combination of tapas and sake, so Peruvian, Spanish and Japanese fusion cuisine. A great variety of sushis, but it really goes into the direction of tapas as well. So you will find the influence of the Peruvian and Spanish cuisine on the menu as well. Extremely popular not just with the resident guests, but it is definitely a restaurant where we drive a lot of external footfall. Not at the very least because in summer Tapasake also offers a pool where non-resident guests have access to, and it becomes that sort of a trendy pool club vibe with a DJ in the background, and people go to see and be seen. All of that at the doorstep of Boka Bay.
Hello.
Hello, my name's Tamara. Very nice to meet you all. I'm here at the wonderful one and only in Portonovi, and I work at the Chenot Spa. Here at the Chenot Spa, we have an amazing program, detoxification, rejuvenation, plus a la carte treatments, and we are similar to Switzerland and Azerbaijan, where they have the Chenot Palace. Here we provide more flexibility, so you can come with your family, with your children, and they can be accommodated while you're on your program and they're enjoying their holiday. Our signature treatment is the detox massage. This is done in a combination of manual with cups, and it makes you actually feel rejuvenated, relaxed, and detoxified afterwards. We hope to see you here soon.
Now this is basically a combination between Western medicine and traditional Chinese medicine. Chenot is very old brand. Like I said, we was first because Mr. Henry Chenot, who create all this Chenot philosophy or Chenot method, start everything before 60 years ago. And our job here is prevention, detoxification, and how can I say, re-energize. It's basic things. It's very important.
Hi, my name is Marco and I'm a licensed tour guide for Montenegro. We are in Kotor, in the old town of Kotor now.
Thanks for watching this movie. I do hope you will follow us on many other extraordinary in bed with luxury journeys to amazing hotels, cruises and trains all around the world. Do not miss our next episode. Simply click on the subscribe button and recommend us. See you soon, and don't forget, enjoy life. Yours, Charles Pennington.